It's been a surprisingly exhilarating Formula One season thus far, and one team that has undoubtedly captured lots of the attention from fans and pundits alike is McLaren. After a remarkable resurgence since this time last year, the Woking-based outfit has re-established itself as a consistent podium challenger, even clinching that well-deserved victory at the Miami Grand Prix with Lando Norris. However, as the team continues to make strides, their team principal Andrea Stella acknowledges that outright race wins on pure pace alone against the frontrunners remain an elusive goal, at least for now. Before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. The Canadian Grand Prix served as a prime example of McLaren's newfound competitiveness. Lando Norris, the man of the moment, found himself leading convincingly in the early stages, overtaking both Max Verstappen and pole-sitter George Russell. With blistering pace, Norris began to pull away, lapping over 2 seconds faster than his rivals. However, the emergence of a safety car saw a strategic decision that Norris himself believes cost McLaren dearly. "We should have won the race today and we didn't," Norris asserted, adding, "We didn't do a good enough job as a team to box when we should have done." While Lando Norris was adamant that a potential victory slipped through McLaren's fingers in Canada, team principal Andrea Stella offered a different perspective, suggesting Mercedes simply had better outright pace. He said, "I think later in the race, things unfolded. Mercedes should have finished ahead of Lando." However, this explanation has done little to quell the debate raging within the F1 community as to whether McLaren missed a crucial strategic opportunity by not pitting immediately under the first safety car period. The crux of the debate centres around the timing of McLaren's pit stop decision for Norris. The Briton himself was unequivocal, stating, "It wasn't the timing of the first safety car. I had enough time to box and we didn't box." This assertion directly contradicts the belief that Norris may have missed the pit entry before the safety car was deployed. Instead, Norris alleges that McLaren simply made the wrong call by electing to stay out for an additional lap while their rivals pitted for fresh intermediate tyres. This decision ultimately dropped Norris behind Verstappen and the Mercedes duo, erasing the hard-fought lead he had built up in the early stages of the race. Norris's frustration was palpable, as he lamented, "We're at a level now where we're not satisfied with second. The target is to win, and we didn't do that." His comments highlight McLaren's lofty ambitions and their belief that they had the pace to secure victory in Montreal had they executed the pit strategy correctly. While Stella's assessment suggests Mercedes' raw pace would have eventually seen them catch Norris regardless, the counter-argument is that a larger lead built up during the opening stint could have provided a sufficient buffer to keep the Silver Arrows at bay. As the debate rages on, one thing is clear. McLaren's newfound competitiveness has raised expectations within the team, and missed opportunities like Canada will only fuel their determination to leave no stone unturned in their pursuit of race wins on sheer pace. Norris wasn't the only McLaren driver left scratching his head at the pace of the Mercedes. Oscar Piastri, who found himself in a tense battle for the final podium spot, was caught off guard by just how quick the Silver Arrows were. "I think the fact that they were fast wasn't a massive surprise. I think that they were so fast was," Piastri admitted. As Russell and Hamilton blew past him in the latter stages, it became evident that the upgrade package Mercedes had introduced was paying dividends, a development that caught even the McLaren camp by surprise. With Mercedes' improvements at the Canadian Grand Prix underlining the mission facing McLaren, all eyes are on the upgrades the team plans to introduce at the upcoming Spanish Grand Prix and subsequent races. Stella provided insights into their development plans. "For the coming races, we will have some upgrades, but they won't be a single kind of big upgrade like we have seen over the last 12 months. Rather than a comprehensive big bang upgrade package, McLaren's approach is more measured, with Stella revealing they will roll out some individual components where we found a little bit of performance. The decision to introduce these upgrades in staggered fashion, rather than waiting to deploy everything together once ready, reflects the urgency to unlock every ounce of performance possible." Stella remained tight-lipped on the specific nature of these upgrades. "I won't say what, but we will see some new stuff coming over the few coming races. However, based on McLaren's aerodynamic development trends, it's likely that these upgrades will target areas such as the front wing, bargeboard region, and potentially the floor and diffuser areas." The McLaren team boss emphasised the importance of continuous development. "You don't gain any credit because you've been like this in the past. Every race weekend, you have to gain your money." With the Spanish Grand Prix marking the beginning of the European leg of the season, all eyes will be on McLaren. to see if these upgrades can propel them closer to their ambition of outright race wins on pure pace. While victories are now an expectation rather than a mere dream for McLaren, the road to the very front of the Formula One grid remains a formidable challenge. However, the team's recent progress has instilled a sense of optimism that closing the gap entirely is an achievable goal. As Stella aptly stated, ultimately you can be competitive, and you can be consistently competitive if you do work of good quality. With the team's renewed confidence and determination, you can be sure that McLaren will leave no stone unturned in their pursuit of outright pace and race wins on merit, setting the stage for an enthralling second half of the season. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the channel.